Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe, forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Oh, for a faith that will not shrink, though pressed by every foe, that will not tremble on the brink of any earthly woe, that will not murmur or complain beneath a chastening rod, but in the hour of grief or pain will lean upon its God. A faith that shines more bright and clear when tempests rage without, that when in danger knows no fear, in darkness feels no doubt. Lord, give us such a faith as this, and then whatever may come, we'll taste and hear the hallowed bliss of an eternal home. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my Master's will. Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give. Help me to watch and pray, and on thyself rely. Assured if I my trust betray, I shall forever die. Rise up, O men of God, have done with lesser things. Give heart and mind and soul and strength to serve the King of Kings. Rise up, O men of God, his kingdom tarries long. Bring in the day of brotherhood and end the night of wrong. Rise up, O men of God, the church for you doth wait. Her strength unequal to her task, rise up and make her great. Lift high the cross of Christ, tread where his feet have trod. As brothers of the Son of Man, rise. Rise up, O men of God.
Good evening. Edifying the saints with professionalisms and shenanigans. I think this changed something. Personal theory. Oh, I know what's going on. Oh, isn't that neat? Ah, I like it. We gotta have our CEM logo. We just do. It'd be really nice if tagging got done. I don't know. I think she's a little bit busy cooking. So that may be a loss, guys. I hope everyone is doing well, having a wonderful day. There's a particular button I'm looking for. I gotta remember what it is I'm looking for. I discovered something. Oh, hey. That's pretty close to what I was looking for. Oh, that's cute. I can do that. Or this one. And now I'm super tiny. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Because, like, this is about my comfortable resting area. And unfortunately, for those who are on the shorts area, it just isn't going to sit right. So I wish I could move the camera view over. Now, I'm pretty sure I figured out how to do that at one point in time. That's not it. Yeah, because all that does is just change the size of things. Oh, okay. I see. That's even a different type. Fun. The things we knew we didn't know. But, like, I want you to be a little bit more like that. Just a little bit. Yeah. And now we'll just go back to that. Put our size back to the same way it was. And I just guess we'll have to be happy with it. guess that's the only option. Boo boo boo. So, as per usual, my co-host has decided to be a slacker. He called me, he says, "Hey, guess what? I'm not going to be there." I'm like, how did I guess? Some people's kids. That's neat. Let's see here. Alrighty. Ooh, I like that. Someone has adjusted it. CEM, Christian Edification Ministries, edifying Christians with professionalisms and shenanigans. Any Bible questions, topics, or song requests? If you have Bible questions, we'll see what we can do. No guarantees. If you have any song requests, we'll see what we can do. No guarantees. Now, if you have any topics, I'm sure we can do something about those. But also, no guarantees. See, I'm still getting used to the upright format. Because we're live on 2 different platforms, 3 different ways. We're going live to Facebook, and then we're going live to YouTube in the standard landscape mode, the wide video. And then also, here recently, we've been going live in the upright, which shows up on when you're swiping through your shorts on YouTube. So, I'm still getting kind of used to the format of the upright version. Because on the standard, we have the scrolling stuff going on down here. But on the upright, it's actually at the top. So, the more you know. Hello, Sister Reba! She says, hi, O'Shea. Hello. She also says today's slogan, which is, you could almost say this video is sponsored by the thought, Fun Friday! Hooray! Which indeed it is a fun Friday. Hooray! Sister Reba, how has your day been going? We can hope it's been a good day. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Reba is quiet. Too quiet. Well, you made it back again. Good to see you. we are on a different, well, from your side, we're on the same. But the previous stream is actually on, see, okay, we got to back up a little bit. So both of these started in Facebook, and they're separate pages. The previous stream is Let's Read the Whole Bible, where we do Bible reading, some song, and prayer. That's it. Devoted straight just to those Bible reading. This is the official CEM, Christian Edification Ministries, and it's devoted to edifying the saints. So we're on a totally separate, different mode of operation. But on YouTube, we use the same YouTube channel for both. So it's a little confusing for those of you over there on YouTube. But oh, he says he's back from the last stream. Well, it's good to have you back. Reba says, long but good. She traveled back home on a rainy, dark highway, but God helped us get home. Amen to that, Sister Reba. Kind of sounds very similar to my day, but yours was probably worse. And then Wales says, are you still sick? I haven't been sick. It was Dad who was. And yes, he is still sick, and would still greatly appreciate the prayers. Thankfully, I have not been affected yet. So. Yep. My day was kind of similar, Sister Reba, where we came home on a cold, snowy, dark highway. But your conclusion is still the same, but God helped us get home. Amen to that. And I am very glad, Sister Reba, that you made it home. It was kind of a long day here. We finished up a wall. Well, it needs one timber left, but we finished up most of the wall that we were building just in time. It snowed about. We got the last timber we had on in the ground, and it started snowing. And so we started cleaning up the job site, packing up tools, and moving this and that. It just started snowing. The snow was really nice and light and beautiful, beautiful snowflakes. Currently, it is 24 degrees. And still lightly snowing. We are quoted last I seen for getting between 7 to 12 inches of snow. They don't know. Snow. Excuse me. So, pardon me if I end up doing a wee bit of yawning here. Reba says, yucky! Snow is wonderful unless you have to drive in it. It's just rain here. Well, at least you're getting rain, Sister Reba. Will says, I will be back. We look forward to your return. And thank you for letting me know. It is nice to know when people leave and come back. We'll be here. Probably. Anyways, so, I mean, snow really doesn't bother me driving-wise. As I'm sure I've said before, The day I went in to get my license, it looked all right. Nice, nice driving conditions. There was some snow on the ground, but none of it on the road. And then we got my license. I just came back with it in my wallet for the first time ever. Got my permit. Actually, yeah, my permit. Permit to drive. Got out of the courthouse. Dad says, "All right, you're driving home. We're starting now." Because we opted for the what do they call it? Skip the trip. Kind of like the homeschool / COVID way of getting your license, where Dad was the instructor and he had to log X many hours of driving, and yeah. Anyways, so the first time I got behind the wheel, it was all right. And I started to leave town. Blizzard. Total whiteout. So the first time I ever got to drive on the open road, snowstorm. And Dad's like, if you can learn to drive in an Iowa snowstorm, you can drive anywhere. So, I mean, snow really doesn't bother me on the road. I just be careful. Did I have a great Thanksgiving? I did. It was a wonderful time down there at Grandpa and Grandma's. It was. You can just you never can beat the old style of Thanksgiving. Yep. Did you, Sister Reba? Oh, she says free trial. Now you can drive. That is so true. Well, he made it back. Good seeing you back again. This is your second time back. I mean, if you consider coming back from the other stream. And, well, did you enjoy your Thanksgiving? If you had one? I know, yeah. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I can still hope you did. He says, yeah. We're pretty sure that was to the being back a second time. But that might have been to having a Thanksgiving. We don't know. We do not know. Don't you just love it when you get asked to... There we are. It was good. That is good to hear. I was going to say, don't you just love it when you get two questions back to back and the answer to both of them is yeah? Oh, normally, well, kind of bring you up to speed a little bit. I would have a co-host tonight. This is our Evening Edification Young Brothers edition. So it's a special version of our Evening Edification where I have a co-host. And he decided today would be a slacking day. He's at his grand folks or whatever, his mama, papa, grandpapa, who knows. So he is officially slacking. So you're just stuck with me. Reba says, yes, spent in with my son-in-law's family. His brother is a chef. It was so good. And we played games all 3 days. Oh, that is good to hear, Sister Reba. Good to hear. Amen to that. Good family time, chef. Oh, amazing. Will says, okay. He says, so, what should I do? Are you referring to something to draw? I know yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Dad said draw a ship. And then that made me think, draw an airplane. Because why not? This happens to be one of the things that my sister drew. Right here, and it is thrown around the office. And it is a rough sketch of Dad, perhaps with a little bit of a ancient traditional Chinese take. I think she did pretty good. But every time I look at it, I just kind of see like a Chinese version of Dad. You know, it looks like on their traditional style of wood block. Yeah, you know, it just looks like it has a little bit of a Chinese take to it. Reba says, when CJ is not here, we can play. LOL. This is true. CJ is also known as Taskmaster, and he tries to make these things coordinated, which is ridiculous because you're working with me. I am one of the main reasons or main fulfillments of the promise of edifying the Christians. It's supposed to be edifying the saints with professionalisms and shenanigans. That word shenanigans right there is for me. Mostly. So, Reba is entirely correct in her assessment. We can play! Will says he'll draw both. He's drawing the boat first. I don't know, can you post it? Like in the chat? If you can, like, go ahead and do it. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Posted on YouTube? I mean, why not? No. But on your channel, yeah, I mean, why not? Take a couple, either a short video or a photo or whatever, put it on your channel. No. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, would you like to see what I did today? Intriguing. Yeah, see, I didn't think you could post it in the chat. I was just like, I've never seen it done, and every once in a while I wish I could post things, photos in the chat, but nope, never seen it done. Hey, Will, I have a question for you. Reba says, we also watched the Dallas Cowboys barely beat the KC Chiefs. And she says, yes, show us what you did. Alrighty. And then Will says, yes, we don't know if that was to the show, if you wanted to see my day, or response to my inquiry about the question, but I'll take it as the question. How do I want to say it? If you do get, tell me when you get the boat done and when you get it on the channel, if you get it while we're still live, and I'll see if I can pull it up on YouTube and show it off here on stream. How's that sound? If it's okay with you. If it's okay with you. If not, it's fine. So, moving on with the. Ooh, look, it made me tiny. I'm Tiny Tim, y'all. Ta-da! Now, I'm not 100% certain if I have any photos of earlier than this. Hang on. I need to double check. No. I don't think I do. Huh. Okay. Really? I'd have to see if there's something I can do about that. Yeah! Honey, I shrunk O'Shea! I need to check real quick to see if Bossman got some photos of the previous result. And if so, I can download them to my phone, put them on my Google, and then show you what we had earlier. That was fun. Huh. There's an enigma. Nope. Wow. Really slacking here. Okay. So I guess you just get to see the mostly finished result. I can't believe we don't have any other. Yeah, no. Nope. Okay. So we're sticking with this. Fun fact. Ta-da! We built a wall. Don't know if you can tell, but that's what happened here. So, backing up in the storyline, we happened to build a timber wall for the guy that owns this red truck you see here in the background. Over here off the side. I'm not sure. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay, so the owner of that red truck, there's a house right there. You can see his garage, one of them, and then he has a house right there. But we ended up building a timber wall for him, and and well, I'm a landscaper by trade. I'm trying to fill you in, bring you up to speed. I'm trying. Hang on. And I'll show you the wall we did for that fella over there. Real quick. We did that clear around... No, don't do that to me. Naughty. There. We did that around... Let's see here. I want to say... Okay, there's... that. So we're right in here. We started working March... There we are. We started on Thursday, April 3rd. Well, that's building. I guess we would have started a couple days prior taking it down, but I didn't think I got a photo of demolition. I almost never get a photo of demolition. Oh! I broke my own almost here. So for this fellow, the guy that owns the red truck, we started taking down this wall right here. Well, it says done. Done drawing or done posting to YouTube? Because if you put it on your YouTube channel, I'll pop over there and see if I can pull it up here in a minute. But for this fellow, we ended up taking down this timber wall. And as you can see, like right in here, that is a very rotted timber. That is not what the end of a timber should look like. Some of them look fairly okay, but this one, is rotted here. It's missing its bottom corner. And this one has some other ones stuck to it. That one's rotted out. You about tap it with a hammer and go straight through it. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these are actually in pretty good condition, but the ratio of good to bad in this wall is not good. Tearing it out, look at how many rotten pieces are scattered around on the ground here. Just not good at all. Right over here along this edge, that's a whole pile of them. So anyways, we started taking his out, and then he says done drawing. Now he's getting ready to work on posting it. Awesome. And then we did that. And after we got most of it ripped out, here's us a couple weeks later building. Yeah, we have to go all the way down to that corner, and then around the corner up to about this tree on the other side, give or take. So there's the construction process. Let's see if I can find a closer. Here is the finished walkthrough of the wall, starting at the opposite side, where we finally made it back to just about where that tree was I was just showing you. Here it is. Here we are. We went all the way down to the corner and around, and that whole stretch all the way up to this pole up here. We built all this wall for this fella. Now, during the time we were building this one, we just finished, and then the guy across the road and down the house says, "Hey, someone hit the wall to my house." Someone hit my wall. Can you guys do it? And we told him, yes, maybe, but it won't be till the fall. At the very latest. Unfortunately, you're last on the list. Because all the projects for this year were already pre-planned from last year. They all just dink, 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 dink. Rough timeline. We have like 3 or 4 big jobs, 3 or 4 medium ones, and a whole handful of tiny jobs to do. And so we told him, taking on any new jobs, you're at the very bottom of the pile. That's the way it is. There's already people in front of you. And we're only a 2-man crew. We'll get there when we get there. That's just the bottom line. And so here it is. We did that wall for that guy in April. So he asked us in April if we could do this wall. And here it is, finally November. And we finally got to his wall. He says, it's coming. Alrighty, I'll go looking for it here in a minute. But what had happened is someone in this cul-de-sac came around and drove and hit his wall up here. It was about another little bit taller than what we have it. And hit it and leaned it out. And this whole area right here was leaning out. And of course, as common sense goes, when walls go like this out of the bank, that's not good. When you build a wall, a landscape retaining wall, you build it into the bank, leaning in, so that it holds the dirt back. And so when it pushes the opposite direction, you really got to start being worried. So we finally got to this, and this is what we've been doing. Now, because someone crashed into it, and it was property damage done by another person, the insurance looked at it and said, we'll cover only up to this corner, and only a patch. So we won't even do a full replace. It'll just be a patch of what's leaning, which is why we have old and new blend in here. And really these ones were in pretty good condition. As you can see, there's kind of some leaning going on down here at this corner. It's kind of leaning out a little, but for its age, it's leaning backwards enough to be okay. And some of it is the optical illusion from where I'm standing, kind of makes it look a little bit weird, but it's all right. So because of that, only this certain amount was bid, and so that's what we had to do. And we had to go take the chainsaw and chop on the old wall chop, chop, chop along down here, and keep these base layers, because as it's not often, but it's not unusual that this happens, where a retaining wall such as this, a timber retaining wall, will be built, and then they put the driveway up against it. And they pour concrete right up against it. Which means, what? Can anyone guess what it means when you put concrete up against a retaining wall? Pop quiz. The whale says it is coming. Any biters? You can put up your answers while I go look for whales YouTube channel. Hey, do you know we're live? No, not denied. You are the one I want. Okay. Can I copy? No. Ooh, I can. Nice. I like this. Haha. Copy. Paste. Boop. I'm ambidextrous. Anyways, this is coming. Reba says, what was the question again? Can you guess what happens when you pour concrete right up against a wooden retaining wall? Will says, okay. So it's taking a second. Yep, just let me know when it does it. I have your YouTube channel pulled up. Hi, I am live. You're getting me full on. Live and in person. It makes a mess and crumbles, just a guess. Pretty close. That is the inevitable outcome. And hello, newcomer on YouTube. Lass, I think, if I'm seeing this correctly. Okay. So, Will says, okay, I did. Awesome. He says, just wait a second. I will. Believe you me, I will wait. Has it already almost been an hour? You know, time flies when you don't have a co-host sitting there counting down the minutes. Anywho, yeah, Reba, you're just about on the money. If you pour concrete up against a wooden retaining wall and wait about 20 years, you know, the wall's going to need replaced eventually. 20, 25. Now, some of them make it to about, 40 years if you're lucky. Good spot, good drainage, not a whole lot of rain. You know, the result varies, but on average around here, with the quality of timber and the type of dirt we have, you make it to about 20 to 25. And so you wait about that long, and the wall needs replaced. Problem is, there's concrete up against the wall, which makes it really hard to pull out the bottom layers of the wall. Very difficult without doing extensive digging. And one of the secrets to building a good wooden retaining wall is not to disturb the dirt too much. Don't believe me? Ask Skylar. He knows. But if you don't disturb the dirt behind the wall will stand a lot better. And so, whenever you see folks come in with their huge, giant backhoes and such and rip a wall all out and then dump a whole bunch of dirt back and put it back, it'll work, but it's not the best way of doing it. Because then that dirt behind the wall is going to settle and the whole wall is going to lean backward even farther than what you planned. And so it's less stable. You know, that's kind of the foolish man built his house upon the sand effect. I'll look again here in a minute here, Will. I'll look again. So, it's not a really good idea to put your concrete driveway up against a wooden retaining wall. If you can, if you want to do that, put a 2x4 or 2x6 along the wall and just, nail it or screw it to the wall here and there, not a whole lot, and then pour your concrete and leave it up against the 2x6 and leave the 2x6 there. Or you can even pull it out once it sets. That's fine. It puts a gap between the concrete and the wall, and that That makes life a lot easier. Otherwise, then the person replacing the wall can pull the 2x6 out and then replace the wall without it being pinched into the concrete. So as I'll pull up here, the unfortunate effect is they poured that concrete right alongside that wall, and everywhere there's a lip right here, the concrete goes in on top of this board, and then right here it goes in on top of this one. So this timber is sandwiched between two little thin layers of concrete right there where it overlaps, and the concrete has glued itself to that wood. Pulling that board out of that gap is going to be very difficult. Very difficult. And that will easily extend the construction time a lot. So, due to the fact that it's almost impossible to pull this out without disturbing all the dirt back here, or breaking the concrete, which is another thing you risk, and it's fairly nice concrete, so you don't want to break it. You don't want to even risk breaking it. It's just pretty nice. There's no major cracks anywhere. So, yeah. Either risk breaking the concrete or, unsettling the dirt behind it, trying to get these out. And so that makes it for us, you about just have to leave those in there and just build on top of them, which also sucks. But we make do. We live. Whale says it'll take 30 minutes or shorter. Can I check now? I suppose. Let's see here. Hang on one moment. There it is. No, stop. There we are. Haha. Nice. I like it. Talk about a live, on-demand photo. Are you ready to see this, Sister Reba? Are you ready to see Whale's fantastic boat and airplane? I can't believe we actually successfully did this, Whale. This is amazing. It's there. I see it. I'll pull it up as soon as Reba says, yeah, Reba says, yes, she's ready. Wow, it's amazing to think that me and Dad just gave a request to Whale. He just did it. And now I can show it on our YouTube right here, like that. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Ta-da! We got a nice sailboat with an airplane above it. And a nice pencil. Isn't that amazing, Sister Reba? I am thrilled. I really am. Never really done anything like this. Well, yeah, hoped it. Never really done that. So, I am ecstatic. Reba says, very good. See that, Whale? You got live audience feedback right there, like that. Boom, boom. That's just great. I think it's fantabulous. And Will says, thank you. So yeah, there's our airplane, our happy little airplane, and our happy little boat. We got our chain going along the rail up here for the anchor, a nice happy anchor. CEM ship right there. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I love it. Awesome sauce. This is just amazing. So yeah, very good, Whale. Thank you for the drawing of the ship and the airplane. Boss man, frozen frame right there up against the wall. So yeah, Reba, that is why it's really not the best to put your concrete up against their wooden retaining wall. Because then those pretty much get concreted in place forever. The concrete doesn't hurt the wall. The concrete doesn't hurt the wall, and the wall doesn't hurt the concrete. But the two existing in the same place make it hard, extremely difficult to replace the one. So, can you believe this? This was it around 1 o'clock. We got the wall finished built. We need one more timber right here. One more timber right there. And of course, because it's Thanksgiving, our timber place where we get our timbers from is closed. So, also, I got my happy little coffee cup right there. Gotta have the coffee, right, Sister Reba? The wall is made out of 6x6 wooden timbers. So, and what had happened in the beginning is someone up here drove and hit the wall and leaned it out. So we replaced all this up here, all this shiny, nice looking stuff, and we had to build on top of the old stuff. So, yeah, because one, the concrete, and two, the insurance is only going to cover really what was leaning out, and only the top part of the wall was leaning. So this is it around 1, I think. More options. No, stop. Anyways, yeah, around 1-ish. Well, there's a better photo without Larry standing in the middle of it. Reba says, yes! I think that was the coffee. I'll take it as the coffee. Well, says, how long have you been doing this? Which this? How long have I been doing landscaping, live streaming, or or this one wall? Building this wall. This wall overall took about, okay, let's calculate a little bit. I'd say 4 days, but not 4 days steady. We popped in for about 2 hours to drop off some materials, and re-look at the wall, look at the bid, and see what we had to do. And then there's a whole bunch of rock in this pile right here, and it's supposed to be a rock flower bed. And so where you see all this dirt, we had to pull all the rock and pile it down here in the rest of the flower bed and down here on the concrete. There was just no other good place for it. So all this rock goes in the flower bed. So we popped in for about 2 hours, dropped off some timbers, dropped off some tools, pulled this back, and re-looked at everything, and then we left and went and did a job elsewhere. And then we came back. The next time we came back, we spent about a full day there, and we pulled all the wall down up to this point down here. This is what remains of the old wall. These couple timbers here and there. We pulled the wall all the way down to there. And we left and came back the next day. Did some more chopping because these were a little bit long, and we got them cut to where they're good. These were a bit longer, sticking out, and so we chopped them there and there and there and there and there. Got them resized, and then we left, took lunch, and then we came back with a load of timbers, more timbers, and then we started building. And so that was that day, and we built pretty much up to about here to there. I think it was about this layer. Yeah, about this layer. We had these 3 to put on, really. And so then we came back today. We took Thanksgiving off. We came back today, and we added this one. Finished putting the spike in here, because this is held together with spikes. And the spikes that we're using, let's see here. We have a comparable thing nearby. No, really. Not really. Don't you just love it when you're trying to use something as an example, and you don't have anything that's quite right? The spike is basically a big nail, simply put. So it is about twice as thick as this, so like 2 of these. Hey, look, I might even have 2 of them right here. Okay, so it's about that thick in a circle, so all the way around, about that thick, give or take, as those 2. So it's about that thick, and these ones are 12 inches, meaning they are a foot long. I know, that's a little dumb, but anyways. So they're, that's not a foot, that's about 6 inches. But that'll be about this long, give or take. So those are held together by 12-inch spikes. And what one of these 12-inch spikes will do, because these are technically not 6x6s, they're 5.5 by 5.5s. So one spike will go through this first layer up here, into the second layer, and a tiny bit of it will stick into the third. So you're pinning almost 3 layers together. So very strong. You'll go all the way through this with one spike. And so periodically, about every full timber, depending upon where it's at, will get 3 to 5 spikes. If it's really load bearing, like this one right here, this timber is very important timber. Along with these ones, all the timbers in this area got extra spikes because there's the dead man. Yes, that's what it's called, dead man. And Dead Man is one of these that go into the dirt and has a T on the back of him. So he's like a giant T in the dirt laying down. And what he does is the weight of the dirt on top of him keeps him at the same position so that the wall doesn't tip. And so he basically anchors the wall. That's his job, whole job in life. So because he's a very crucial member of the wall, all the timbers around him get extra spikes. Yes or no what? Inquiring minds want to know. So yeah, all of them get extra spikes. And you have to drive each of these spikes in by hand. So that's me with a sledgehammer hitting them over and over and over again, all the way through. So it's kind of a long, exhausting day's work. Anyways, so we have yet to get one more right here. We need one more timber. Right here. It goes right here, all the way up to here. Actually, that one will go back to there. And then we're going to stub on another small piece right here. And that brings this step even, and it looks beautiful. So from there, we went to this, and it started snowing. Believe it or not. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see the snow. We had a nice fine dusting of snow build up. Reba says, wow. Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to drive these in. You can't grab a drill. It's a nail. It's a giant nail. And so it's just hammer time. And yeah. You see? We got snow building up on things. Gorgeous. But here in this one, the major difference being, hang on. So you can see here we don't have any rock up here. It's dirt. By the time this comes along, we have pulled all the rock up onto here. Got the fabric. We took the pile of rock that was on the concrete and put it back up here. Got the edges set in place. And it's just snowing beautifully. Matter of fact, here's a picture of those snowflakes. Reba says you did agree. Thank you. Well, it says, can you comment on my vid? Thank you. I suppose I could. It'd be from my personal channel, I suppose. But yeah, I could. Hang on. Everyone always wants help. Your comments are turned off, whale. It's turned off. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes YouTube does that. If it's too new, they won't let you comment. I tried. I mean, my verbal comment is you did great. So does Sister Reba. Well, I mean, I clicked the ambidextrous on your post. I'll comment on your post. How's that? How's that? I'm 50-50. There you go. Anywho, yeah. So these were the snowflakes we had. And zooming in. See if we can get it pretty clear. Of course, by the time they start landing, they start kind of starting to melt. But look at how we got that perfect crystal shape in like this one. Look at that. Down here. That was beautiful. Nice actual snowflake shape. Got some here. Here. Yeah, we got some really pretty, perfect snowflakes. I was tickled. I like it. Those were gorgeous. And this was our weather forecast. Snow. And so, long story short, in conclusion, and Will says, okay, thank you. You're welcome. In conclusion, this wraps up the whole matter of the wall, which we got mostly finished today. By the time we finished, it was getting dark, as you can see here, and the snow was getting thick. That's all snow on this. All that snow. And then kind of a pause here. I can boost the quality. Okay, neato. Alright. So, yeah. Snow. Glorious snow. It came down fast, really, once it started going. It wasn't total whiteout, but it flurried really heavy. And also, as we went, let's see here. Kind of give a little bit of a walk around and down. Got to stir the button up, and then up here we dug a hole for a box because, like, right in here, I don't know if you can really tell that well, but right in here there's a drain box which is in the wrong place. We don't know why the drain box to catch the water that's headed towards this wall is clear over here. That's not where it needs to be. That drain box should be over here. Hang on. Right here. Where we dug the hole. It's where it needs to be, because that's where all the water off the road comes, is right to here. Not over there. You see, they're like 5 to 6 feet away from where they need to be. So we dug a trench, laid in some drain tile, and got the hole ready for a drain box. And I made a snow print. Boop, boop. It was a gorgeous time. Well, so where are you? We are in the great corn state. And Reba says, that's really beautiful. It was, I was enjoying it. It got cold fast. It went down fast, but it was beautiful. Really nice dusting of snow with really good snowflakes. It was just beautiful. So we got that job mostly wrapped up. We need to come back, bring one landscape timber, actually two, to get the piece. But we need to bring 2 landscape timbers. Yeah, then that wall's done. Totally. The Great Corn State, also known as Iowa. So yeah, that kind of brings us up current. Ooh. The other day I had bebop's. Nice burger and fries. It was great. I know you've seen me talk about bebop's before, Sister Reba. So, there it is. Ooh, Reba, you ready for something funny? Well, it says Iowa is close to where I was born. So close. Well, what state are you at now? And you don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Don't worry. I understand. Always remember, online safety. But yeah. Oh wow, South America. So you're in South. Wow. Now, and Rita says the state of confusion. Aren't we all in that one? You're in South. Do you mean? Oh, you're visiting. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I hear the weather's nice. Warmer than 23 degrees. Oh, closer to the equator. So, here's my last story of the night before finishing up. We were down at one of our favorite clients' business. He's the owner of Putco, not Petco, Putco, and they make truck accessories, which highly recommend if you're in the market for getting some nice truck accessories. Check them out. Anyways, yeah. So we're out there working at his business, and here at his business, they have a nice hedge, big green leafy thingy. There you go, hedge, and it has been uncared for a while, neglected for a while, and we talk with his more or less planner all the time, and she says no one's taken care of that, no one's trimmed it in a while. She can't get anyone to. So we're like, we can do that. No problem. We trim hedges great. So she says, go ahead, do it, charge me. All right, will do. Yes, ma'am. And so she keeps track of the projects that are going around at his business, and yeah, she's a very important person. So in the process thereof, these hedges, because they haven't been taken care of in a long time, they've grown rather wide or deep, depending upon which way you want to look at it. And so you can't reach all the way across them to trim them. And the backside, on the other side of the hedge, is a total drop-off. So you can't stand on the other side and get it from there either. That doesn't work. So we got these battery-powered electric trimmers to make this job go smoother. And I'm like, Larry, you know what? I need some zip ties and a broom handle. Because I've been struck with pure genius. And here's a look at my pure genius. I put a wire around the handles so that it can run. And I just clip it in place. And got some zip ties. And she works great. She cut that hedge fine and dandy. And there's Larry over there trimming on the front sides where he can reach easy. And I took the top in the back where no one else has been able to reach for quite a few years. So yeah, stroke of genius. And when I finish, you take all the zip ties off and boom, she becomes a broom. And we end up with hedges that look like this. Gorgeous. Even. I don't have any real pictures of the hedge before then, but it was significantly rougher looking. Bad. So this is all neat and clean, shinied up. Gorgeous. No, I don't want anything right now. No, okay. So yeah, hedge all leveled out, trimmed up, pretty. I figured I just had to show you my stroke of genius with an electric trimmer zip tied to a broom handle. Will says, work smarter, not harder. Amen to that. Well, it wasn't really a case of smarter or harder. There just wasn't a way to do it otherwise. It's more of a case of do it or don't do it. And I assure you, it was still very difficult because you had the whole weight of the trimmer on one arm. Because you had to grab it with one arm, you're holding it with one arm, and then you're steadying the other end of the handle with this one. This one's not lifting anything. All that weight is on this one arm, and so it was very difficult. But it worked. Reba says, pure genius. It worked. It did great. As you saw the quality, it was a great, nice cut, especially considering it was totally raggedy. Bad. So, yeah. It worked. Did great. That's my last story for the night. And I was just brought in a plate of food, and I have been instructed to show you all my sister's attempt. Alicia's attempt at a nice, shining shepherd's pie. We got a we got a rice with our gravy and mashed taters covered in cheese, baked gorgeously. I'm trying to get the light to work right, but it's having a hard time at it. So yeah, and there's chunks of turkey, mashed taters, gravy, and rice in there, and green beans and corn. You have been showed all of our hard work. Alrighty. So, we didn't even get to sing a song, but we had fun. Fun Friday! Hooray! CJ missed out. Personal opinion. Reba says, looks delicious. Great job, Alicia! I'm sure it smells amazing. It smells really good. So, y'all, we've reached an hour and a half on a stream that's only supposed to take an hour. Take that, CJ. Well, it says bye. See you next stream. Okie dokies. Look forward to it. And thank you for the fantabulous picture drawing of a boat and an airplane. I loved it. Reba loved it. CEM loves it. So, y'all, thank you for being here, for stopping by, and for spending some time with me as we have attempted to encourage, uplift through chit-chat, jokes, sharing each other's burden, learning about timber walls, drawing pictures for each other, and etc. Reba says, thank you, O'Shea. It has been a fun and entertaining night. Thank you, Sister Reba. Indeed, it has been. And as always, I'm thankful that you're here. Skylar! You made it in just at the tail end. He says, hi, all. He says, slacker, CJ. Oh, hey, Skylar, by the way, because I told him, if they don't believe me, ask you. I said, when building retaining walls like timber walls and boulder, it's especially a good idea to not disturb the dirt behind the wall. Right? Told them if they didn't believe me, they could talk to you. Whale says, throws up some prayer hands. Amen. Skylar's in Stewart and Casey. Roads are slick. Yes, they are. We just about skated home. Skylar says, yes, amen. Best idea. Do not disturb the dirt. See, you have proof. Skylar worked for Boss Man. Skylar is also a landscaper. Because once a landscaper, always a landscaper. It becomes ingrained. I miss doing it, honestly. Yeah, it is a blast. I have a lot of fun. I do. Skylar does too. Skylar says interstate was fine. Yeah, I bet it was, but no, these other roads. Amos said he slid into town. Whee! And Larry, when we went to, we unloaded Blink, the skid loader, off the trailer. Larry went to turn around on the concrete there in Fansler, and he just about did a 360. It's slick. Skylar says, yes, facts, always. Once a landscaper, always a landscaper. I was gonna, Skylar, I was thinking the same thing. He does that anyways. He doesn't need it to be slippery to slide into town. But like this time, it was a literal slide. I was thinking the same thing. Will says that stream was good. Yes, it has been a very good stream. Well, CJ just doesn't know what he missed. Slacker. And thank you for showing up, Skylar. Glad to see you made it, and drive safe out there. Yeah, as we just covered, it's slick. So yeah. Don't be Amos or Larry either. Drive safe. So y'all, thank you for being here. Poor CJ, that covers it. We throw him under the rug so well. Oh, he's home. Okay, good job. Okay. You said in Stewart. Okay. I suppose that could be taken the other way. I mean, I thought you were in Stewart currently, but okay. What you're saying is the roads in Stewart are slick, and Casey are slick. Okay. All right, I got that straightened out. Well, if you do go out, safe. I tried. I did. Till we meet again, God bless you all. Stay safe, stay strong. Always remember, Fun Friday! Hooray! Until next time, thank you. Toodaloo, pip pip, cheerio, hooray!